Good morning, team. Thank you so much for jumping on the call today. We are putting a wrap on the subject of the cockpit, right? And today is going to be an attempt by me to review everything that we went through, some of the highlights, et cetera, some of the areas of each call that I've done over the course of the last 5 or 6 weeks. And I'm going to review that. But before I do that, I want to remind you of my professional purpose, and that is to help you. That is to help you, the broker, optimize your productivity and help you become the best version of yourself. Why? Because happy brokers sell more real estate. And I really believe that. And I do that by helping you handle challenges and opportunities that you face every single day. And if you can effectively manage certain situations that arise on a daily basis in your business, you'll be more productive and live a life that is the best version of you. And as you sit here today, my ask is of you to look at these episodes as if you and I are doing an in-person one-on-one coaching session. Okay. They are written and delivered for you as my avatar student. I appreciate you jumping on. So we're just going to have a little conversation today as if we're sitting down on a one-on-one coaching call. Okay. So excuse me, on this 187th episode of my Monday Morning Pep Talk, I will review the highlights of the first section of Take Flight version 4.0, and that is the cockpit. The cockpit is where your mindset, your vision, your life and business planning strategies, where they reside. Okay. And over the last 5 Monday Morning Pep Talks, we've gone deep into these topics. Each week I introduce one or multiple guiding principles into the conversation. Okay. Guiding principles are defined by the business dictionary as any principles or precepts that guide an organization or a business owner through its life and in all circumstances, irrespective of changes in its goals, strategies, type of work. That's a pretty serious definition, right? Really what it means is guiding principles are just guardrails, okay, that help you keep the wheels on the road. That's gym talk, right? What I gave you earlier in that definition, that's a business dictionary talk. Gym talk is guiding principles are guardrails that help you keep the wheels on the road, okay? And over this episode, I'll do a quick review of the past 5 episodes where I covered all these topics designed to help you better understand the cockpit, right? Each episode review will point out a guiding principle or guiding principles discussed on that call. So episode 182 was Take Flight, Flight Control the Mind, okay? Here's the guiding principle, or one of them. You become what you think about. You become what you think about. I am not an expert on quantum physics, but I will share with you what I've learned since my real estate heart attack 15 years ago in February, right? I've proven in my own life that all things start in thought, and it's the one thing that all religions and science agree upon. You become what you think about. The problem is that most people just go through the daily motions and emotions that they are experiencing, and they accept them. They don't understand the power of the most sophisticated computer processor ever known, the mind, the gray matter between your ears. Now, I'm going off script here, but you hear about all this AI stuff, right? It's just trying to do what we have already between our ears. With just a little bit of consistent, intentional effort, you can use your conscious mind to control your subconscious mind, the computer processor. It's been compared to dialing a cell phone number of a person that you want to talk to in that moment. You pick up the phone, dial the number, and that electronic frequency takes you directly to that person's cell phone anywhere in the world through a network of cell towers. Similarly, on a moment by moment basis, you are dialing a frequency. It's either negative or it's positive. Either way, you will get the result of that input. Through creative, positive habits, through using mindfulness, meditation, and manifestation techniques, you can use your conscious mind to control the subconscious mind, or better yet, reprogram the subconscious mind. The brain's job is to protect you. The brain's job is to protect you. It creates negativity and fear to keep you in the status quo. You need to use your subconscious mind, like I said, to reprogram that level of danger, which is your status quo, right? The subconscious mind is habit-based and is in control of 95% of your life and bodily functions. All right, so that's an excerpt from Take Flight, Flight Control of the Mind. Okay. I went in deeper on that call. I got to tell you, this call might be one of the, I mean, episode 182 might be one of the most important calls I've ever done. I went into another guiding principle called thoughts create feelings, feelings create action, action creates the result. Thoughts create feelings, feelings, those feelings are the things you out of bed in the morning that helps you create the action. And it's the action that ultimately creates the result that you want. But you got to feel it. That, my friends, is the definition of the law of attraction. It's merely a simple and unchanging universal principle. It is the belief that when we understand how to use it in our lives and apply it through practice, we are able to attract into our lives the things that we intentionally focus on. Focus equals thought. Thought creates feelings. Feelings create the action. Action creates the result. Simply put, your positive thoughts bring positive experiences into your life, while your negative thinking or thoughts brings you negative experiences. You just can't sit back and let it happen. You have to put effort into it. Every single day, I am putting time and effort into thought. Guiding principle, the third one for this call, I am so happy and grateful. Mantras and affirmations are phrases that are positive self-talk that affirm the outcome you desire. You program new neural pathways that change your default vibration. As you know, I created an affirmation for myself in 2010 and used it to keep my frequency above 51% when things are pretty grim. You may have heard it, and some of you have it hanging up. I can tell you, there's so many of you that have written this down that have it hanging on your mirror. My daughter, Lizzie, has it hanging on her mirror. She's saying to herself every single day, I am so happy and grateful that money, success, and introductions flow to me, ever increasing quantities from a myriad of different sources with the betterment of everyone involved. My life is perfect every day in every way. I'm getting better and better. That's an affirmation. That's a mantra. That is what you tell yourself, the story that you tell yourself that helps you keep that frequency over 51%. Go back. If I've got your attention here on this little review, go back and listen to episode 182. Okay. Then we moved into episode 183. Take flight, flight prep. This is where I was teaching you how to fly light. Right. Guiding principle. There's one in this call. High performance starts with elimination. Oh my goodness, the amount of success stories that I have seen because of this one phrase. High performance starts with elimination. Went on to describe that as you use kind of a flight analogy here, the weight of an airplane determines how much lift and thrust it takes to get off of the ground. As we move through Take Flight version 4.0, I would compare weight on an aircraft to stagnant negative energy that we all have in our mind and environment. The less stagnant negative energy you have in your mind and environment, the easier it is to get lift, to gain altitude and create speed in your business. Your engines, which we will get to later on in Take Flight, are lead generation and referral strategies, right? Deliver and leverage. How do I get more business through people that I already know and the business that I already have? Those are your engines. If you have negative stagnant energy weighing you down, it's just really hard to get that plane off the ground. So when you think about traditional real estate coaching or sales training that's available to you, your expectations might be that you would immediately be introduced to a new set of processes, lead generation strategies, time management ideas, etc. That is understood because most brokers want to jump straight into action. That's what sells, right? But in Take Flight, I like to coach from the inside your mind and your environment, and work out from there. I like to start inside your mind and environment and work out from there. Don't worry, we're going to hit on all those action topics. All you action types, all you hardcore AAA type people, we're going to get into action. No question about it. But it's important to rid your mind, your environment, and your business of what is not working first, because all that action will be for naught if you can't get the weight of your plane off the ground. I asked a simple question during that episode too, and I said, would you fully irrigate or plant seeds in a garden before you cultivate and make sure all of the weeds are gone, right? All my farming buddies out in central Nebraska, they till the land. They prepare the land before they plant seeds and they water, okay? The answer is no, you would not. But in your business, that's exactly what a lot of you are doing. You're planting seeds before you've gotten rid of the weeds. Okay. Episode 184, Take Flight, Create Your Destination, which is your vision. Guiding principle, you have to believe it before you see it. That vision is an emotional agreement with yourself that you're going to do what you got to do to make things happen. Okay. Your vision will literally become the filter for your life. It will pick your friends, who you spend time with on a daily basis. Your vision will pick what you eat and drink, and it will keep you motivated when you want to throw in the towel. All right. So in Take Flight episode 184, I gave you an exercise to help you create a destination, which is now the place, now will immediately put you in the top 13% of achievers, right? We talked about the Harvard MBA program where they tested or put in, asked graduates how many had a goal, vision for their life. 13% did, right? Only 3% actually had a goal and an action plan. All right. What I warned you of is the fact that many of you will want to skip right over all of this and go right into the action part, like I talked about before. That mindset will lead to years and years of continued peaks and valleys. Take Flight version 4.0 is all about you getting to that top 3%. The top 3% in that study, which again, go back to episode 184 where I went through all the details of it, basically said that 3% earned 10x, 10 times that of the 97% combined. 87% did not have any goals or action plans. Okay. 13% had a goal. Only 3% had a goal and an action plan. That 3% made 10x that of the other 97% combined. When you know this stuff, team, it's almost not fair. Episode 185, Take Flight, Plan Your Flight. This is the planning piece where I have introduced the 12-week year, which you guys have heard me talk about ad nauseum, right? That guiding principle for that week was plan, execute, track, celebrate, repeat. This is what I do every, coming up on the end of the quarter, right? We're almost in week 13 next week. I plan, I execute, I track, I celebrate, and I repeat over and over and over and over again. And I went on to go through what is the 12-week year, and I've added it here again in this call because it's that important. You create and commit to a 3-year vision. Your goals are your goals, not anybody else's goals. Do not focus on what others think you should focus on or what the industry thinks you should focus on. If you have not created your 3-year vision, which you've talked about in episode 185 or 84, okay, you need to do that. Okay, you need to do that. It will help you meet your goals both professionally and personally. Okay. Number 2, develop an annual theme. What is it that I need to really, truly work on this year? What do I truly need to work on in this year of 2023 that will have an immediate impact on my business? Number 3, identify words that describe your vision, such as consistency, stability, respect, elevate, execution, mastery. Those are all words I've seen used with effectiveness. 4, create your first quarterly initiative that supports your annual theme and your 3-year vision. What is that low-hanging fruit out there for you to go get? We're coming up on Q2. Start this immediately. Don't wait. Don't think you got to get to a place where you'll be ready to do this. A quarterly theme could be getting ready to do this. I'm going to work on my vision in Q2. I'm going to work on my work in Q2. I'm going to develop my annual theme in Q2. I'm going to develop my 3-year vision in Q2. And then you take your quarterly initiative and you break it down into 12 separate to-dos, one for each week. You commit to winning the week. That's number 6. Develop a tracking mechanism to make sure you execute on your weekly promises to yourself. Number 7, execute. Your weekly initiative could be as simple as making a 15-minute call, or it could be a 3-hour time block. Put deep work into a specific project. Number 8, identify accountability partner and have a WAM. Or you can do partners. 3 to 5 people is about the max. What's a WAM? A weekly accountability meeting. Every single week, non-negotiable. And 9, each quarter has a 13th week, which we talked about, which is next week. All right. take the last quarter, the last week of every quarter to celebrate your successes that quarter. If you've not read The Gap in the Gain by Dan Sullivan with Dr. Benjamin Hardy, read it. Learn to measure backwards. Look at what you created, what you've done. You take week 13 to finalize your initiative for the next quarter. And then last week, we talked about on flight, episode 186, Take Flight, Stay Focused on Your Destination. That guiding principle was your vision requires a daily check-in. And this is where we went into goal boards, we went into vision boards. What I'm trying to make is that you have to have your 3-year vision, or I like to call it a 3YV, documented so you can easily review it every single day. And the goal is to reprogram your brain to stay focused on what you're trying to achieve in your 3YV. During these episodes in the cockpit, I laid out all the reasons why high performance starts with how you use a conscious mind to program the subconscious mind. Having a strategy or a method to review your 3-year vision, your annual theme, and your quarterly initiative on a daily basis, again, is critical if you want to land safely at your destination. Reviewing your goals daily is not a new concept, okay? I read it years ago for my first pass through Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill. Okay? If you don't write your goals down in one spot, you'll forget them, and you'll go back to your old ways, dancing around in circles, making no real change. My question for you, do you have a goal board? Do you have a vision board? Where are your goals and visions stated so you can review them every single day? And please don't skip this. Don't be afraid of going and setting goals for yourself. Some people don't want to do it because they feel like they're going to be disappointed if they don't hit those goals. Do it. In addition to each of my last 5 Monday Morning Pep Talks having a guiding principle, I also mentioned multiple books and authors throughout all of those episodes. On my weekly email tomorrow, I will include an updated reading list with a link back to my website for you to easily print this reading list, okay? Should you so desire. If you haven't listened to the full-length episodes, tomorrow's email will also have hyperlinks back to the calls. It'll have hyperlinks back to my website, the blog post, and I think what I wanted to create with this call is really a place, like an area where it's almost like Cliff Notes, where you can go and you can click on a certain call if you want to. This reading list, I believe I had 15 books that if this is an area of your life that you need to focus on, these are the books that I have read over the years that have been truly impactful on me and why I've been able to get up today and talk to you guys about this. So that reading list will be on the email tomorrow. I highly, highly recommend that you spend enough time in these episodes to fully understand them. I've seen others and myself enjoy so much personal growth through focusing on the mind, vision, elimination, and proper planning, both in life and in business. Like I said, consider today's call almost like a Cliff Notes version of the first section of Take Flight, the cockpit. Team, I'm going to return in 2 weeks to start section 2, where we will focus on systems, processes, habits, and routines. And this is the tail of the plane, okay, that controls the plane, right? Ironically, I'm going to be on spring break in Grand Cayman, where in 2016, I came up with the idea of Take Flight, sitting on the plane, and I'm like, wow, getting a business truly is like getting a plane off the ground. So much work goes into getting to 30,000 feet. But once you're at 30,000 feet, pull the engines back and you let it go. You're in flow. And that's what I want for all of you. Okay, that's what I want for all of you. And if you're not on my email list, go to my Instagram. There's a section in my profile link that you can go and put your name and email address in there. A little hint for you. Like I said, I really think you should take this email, put it somewhere. Again, I'm going to do this at the end of each section where I do a recap, and you'll be able to go back through and click in different areas to get the exact call that you want. It's super important. So that'll be out tomorrow. That email for this call will be out tomorrow morning. And like I said, I'll be back in 2 weeks. Super excited to get back at it. This systems, processes, habits, and routines is an important part of your business, an area that I love. And we'll get back at it here next month. So thank you, everybody, for jumping on the call today. I really appreciate it. It was a little bit longer today. We went 25 minutes. And we'll get everything out to you soon. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.